Hey guys, today what I'm doing is I'm installing the Exceladyne fuel feed line kit, the unofficial, official don't burn your car down mod. So what you're going to start with is undoing your negative battery terminal, which I haven't done yet. But you want to do that one first. I kind of did things a little bit backwards today. Then you're going to need your fuse plug puller from your driver's side fuse box. And you need to come over here, you pull this big blue one out, your fuel pump relay, and then you pull out your fuel pump fuse, which is the one closest to this pinky purple one here. I just threw everything up there. And then I'm going to take a quick look actually, at what exactly is inside the kit that they send you. So I haven't opened this yet. Probably should start opening stuff before I do film, but you get some little adapter thing. Put that there. Next in line is looks like a 6AN adapter plate. Put that there. And you get a new fuel line. Now, some people have asked, oh well, where does this whole part go? What makes it so special? Well, it's this line here that I've got my tape wrapped around because I actually had something rubbing against it. And it comes here, and you see this little blocky thing here, and you come down and you see this. I already spoke with the guys at Hyundai, and when I told them what I was going to be doing, they said, yeah, no problem, they don't really care, it's just a fuel line. This thing here is basically just like a shunt. It's not a regulator or anything like that. All your fuel rail pressure is actually done through your fuel pump. This actually just takes out the pulses of fuel as the pump is trying to pump it in. It does. Beyond Redline says it doesn't make a difference, and when I spoke with Hyundai, they said, yeah, it wouldn't make a lick of difference. So we're clear, at least in Canada, to install this. From a DSM perspective, different DSMs obviously take different approaches on things. I'm going to get the proper tools set up. We'll go over the tools and we'll continue. Alright, we're back. So the tools you're going to require is a 10mm socket with extension, and I'm using 2 crescent wrenches, and to protect everything I've got some electrical tape on there to make sure I don't scuff everything up when I'm installing the pretty line. Now, something I forgot to cover is after you pulled out those relays, you actually want to drain your the fuel pressure. So you come in, you've got an automatic or a manual, whatever, put your clutch in, make sure you're out of gear, e-brake up, and try to start your car. Should do that. If it's the first time you're doing it, you're cycling it through, it will run for a little tiny bit and then it'll die. It's my 3rd time doing it, so pretty much guarantee that there's no pressure in there. Get the camera set up. And to make things simple, what we're actually going to start with is removing that. I'm going to get some paper towels and stuff to make sure any fuel that does leak out can be sopped up, and we'll continue. Now you want to be doing this when the engine's cold rather than hot. And I've got some paper towel stuffed in there. I've got some on hand. And so you guys get a look at the back side of my head. Now, surprisingly enough, they're on there with quite a bit of pressure. That could just be because my mechanic just undid all of this. It shouldn't leak right away, it seems. I'm trying my best to make sure that this doesn't get dirty, covered in fuel or whatever. Oh. Well, we're draining the fuel. I got just a little bit of sputter. Kind of smells like a lawnmower now. You really want to try avoid getting gasoline on any of these plastic bits. Or getting anything in your fuel line here. I'm going to just soak some of it up so I got a little bit of play. And just taking a quick peek. Yeah, this is basically what you can end up with. I'm going to next. Well, this isn't good because I'm going to assume that there's a lot of fuel down there. So I'm going to get this next part undone, and then I'll just kind of cover it as a brief at the end. Alright, well, if anybody's curious, the connection down on this end is a 14 and a 19 mil. Make sure you use the 14 mil on the bottom to hold that fuel pipe straight. You don't want that twisting or bending or anything like that. That's bad news. And then you use the 19 and twist it this way to get it to release. I'm going to grab some copious amounts of paper towel. Make sure any fuel that bleeds down that line is caught, rather than saturating the piss out of everything that's down here. Because this Genesis doesn't bleed back into its fuel system. It's not. Damn it. Still on there pretty tight. And this, I'm going to be honest with you, is kind of a bitch fitting. Oh, you twist the bottom one out. Oh, okay. Because it's kind of in a rough spot. So once you got it out, your piece should look like this. And then we can start working on the other parts. Now, Exceladyne, Beyond Redline, they're kind enough to give you this kind of junction piece. So you put this where we just pulled that out, and then you attach your hose on like that. And my battery's about to die, so I'm going to have to... We'll continue on as soon as I get this thing charged up, and I got a better idea about what I'm tackling here. Alright, we're back. Now, I got this down, and just so you guys can... Oh, damn it. So you guys can see, sorry this is shaky, but it doesn't go down all the way. Which is okay, because it could just be a short barrel, whatever. We'll find out when we do it up. You'll see here that I've got, maybe it's difficult to see on the camera, I don't know. There's some thread sealant on there. There's actually thread sealant down here, that's that white stuff. And I got some thread sealant on there. Now remember to use fuel safe high temperature thread sealant. Got this stuff from Permatex. Don't use this. That's bad. Don't use that. It's not what it's made for at all. So this is the end that we're going to be screwing onto here. Just get it started here. Not really centered there. And it's actually kind of tight. But we're going to want this down here as well. It's kind of tight, so I'm going to probably have to use the a little bit of wiggling helps. Probably just going to have to use the wrench to get it on tight. But I'll tighten everything up and then we'll start her up. But this is roughly what you're looking at. This is going to be angled a bit more that way when I tighten it up completely. So I'll get it all buttoned up and then we'll continue with putting everything back together in order to start the car and test for leaks. Alright, sorry for the funny picture quality. I have a bag over my camera just in case there is a fuel leak when I first turn this thing on. It doesn't spray my camera. Probably also note all the junk that was over there is gone. So what we're going to do next is we're going to give the car back its fuel pump. Make sure the box is on there. Reconnect the negative battery cable, but again, I'm kind of dumb, so I didn't even bother with that step. Completely unsafe. Don't have anybody ever do it. Alright, so now we're going to let the car, when we turn the key into the ignition, we're going to leave it on the on position for a minute. Allow the fuel rail to get a little bit of pressure because the pump comes on once the on signal comes on. And then we'll try starting it. Well, maybe the fuel pump doesn't come on, either that or there are no leaks. So now we're going to try starting the car. Wish me luck. Well, it seems that there are no major leaks. No fuel. So, because there's no fuel, the car is running. It means we know that the car is getting fuel. We can pretty much safely say you're all done. Take it for a drive. Make sure everything's, you know, stop every once in a while after a hard pull or something and just check underneath. You don't want a leak to form and then start lighting your car on fire. And then make sure you go back after a good drive and tighten everything back up. Just be careful again with that little pipe down there. Tighten everything back up and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching my how-to on how to install the Exceladyne fuel feedline kit.